Angel Hands of Northeast Ohio has helped many, many individuals over the past 10 years, and their tradition of giving continues.
Norma, thanks for coming by today. We're going to be talking about a recent project that you put together for Angel Hands of Northeast Ohio. But before we do that, you've been doing these projects for quite a while now. Tell me, let's go back a little bit and tell me some of the things you've done. I know you did some eyeglasses for kids in Africa, that sort of thing. Do you want to mention some of the projects that you've tackled?
Well, yeah. Angel Hands started about 10 years ago. It was born here in Macedonia, Ohio, after a brief appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And at that time, I presented a student in Cleveland Heights with a scholarship, a college scholarship that was worth about $100,000. After that, I visited Ghana, West Africa, where I was touched by all the poverty, and I put some projects together where we ended up donating over 10,000 pairs of used prescription eyeglasses, books and materials, clothing, toys, so on and so forth for children in Ghana, West Africa. I went on to do an AIDS project in Kenya with the help of Dr. Banyo out of Akron, Ohio. Since that time, we've continued to do things locally, like Jackets for Juniors, in which when Burlington Coat Factory first moved to this area, we worked with them along with the schools in Macedonia, Hudson, Twinsburg, and Aurora.
And that was at Christmas time, correct?
That was at Christmas time. And speaking of Christmas time, then we teamed up with the post office, who have been very instrumental in the last 3 years in helping to provide a Christmas wish for a needy family. And I don't want to be remiss not to mention my first Christmas wish that I ever did probably was about 6 years ago, and Cable 9 assisted with that one. It was a woman who had lupus, and she was having hip surgery, and she did not have a bedroom downstairs nor a couch to sleep on. And so Cable 9 was very instrumental in helping to support that cause and help that family financially.
And you know what, and I'm very proud to say that we supported what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to move into the present, and again, the key word is local. You recently tackled a humongous project in the way of size and everything. Tell us what your latest project is, because this is going to be ongoing.
Well, the latest project, I worked with the Cleveland Food Bank. And we have an office locally, but we have a warehouse in Cleveland/Warrensville area. And so I teamed up with the Cleveland Food Bank to provide a summer farmers market. They provided Angel Hands with 10,000 pounds of food that I was told would feed perhaps 200 people, and something like over 500 people showed up. Probably another 200 people were lost because they couldn't find the place. They were getting us mixed up with the Solon Miles Farmers Market.
Well, you still had a big turnout, because we're looking at some video now. You know, we see a lot of people helping here. Tell me about the volunteer portion of this. I know you have a lot of people to help you out.
Okay, well, the volunteers came from various churches, but I am a member of Mount Zion Church of Oakwood Village, and from the very beginning, my church has always supported Angel Hands and the projects that we do. And so we put out a call in the church for volunteers for the project, and about 30 people came forth, and maybe 17 showed up, and another 10 from other churches in the area, in the Cleveland area, supported the project.
And although people are seeing right now people picking up food, etc., this is ongoing. You're going to need these volunteers once again. You're going to have another one of these.
Right. We have one. We're doing it this summer on the 4th Saturday of August and the fourth Saturday of September, and the produce comes from local farmers. And so if there's more left over, we may do one in October. And then we won't do another one until next
Where
summer.
will the end of August take place? At the same place?
It will take place at 19701 South Miles, which runs off Warrensville Center Road and also runs off Lee Road.
You know, it's great that the farmer, you know, they get the word out and get their product out there also. How did you hook up with the food bank?
Well, I heard about the program through someone else, and I was really intrigued because I think that people don't realize there are a lot of people suffering. Budgets are tight due to our economy, and people you wouldn't suspect, that are suffering are. And there were a lot of professional people in that line, a lot of people with decent jobs in that line.
You don't turn anyone away, correct? This is whoever shows up for it, you're going to give a certain amount. How do you figure out the portion size, that sort of thing?
Well, my first time doing it, it was very well organized. And I came up with the concept. I visited a church that did it, and then I've also been over at the Twinsburg Community Center when they've done distributions. So I had an idea of how it went. When they told me they were delivering 20,000 pounds of food, I really didn't know how much that would service. However, when I saw the line going around the building and it looking like perhaps over 400 people, we just decided to give everybody the same amount of food. And fortunately, it
held out.
Stretched.
What are we talking? I know tomatoes because we got some here, which is wonderful. What are some of the other products here?
We had cabbage, we had tomatoes, we had onions, we had, did I say potatoes? No. We had potatoes, we had collard greens, mustard greens, and turnip greens.
So there's a nice variety there.
There's a nice variety, and
some good staples, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, summing up again, let's remind everyone, and unfortunately I'll put it up here on the graphic, but it will be the last Saturday
in
of August and September.
Right, and it's from 10 to 12. And one of the things that I found is that most of the people who come are really needy because, we have basically two types, the needy and the greedy. And when the greedy see the line, they say, oh no, this isn't worth it. And so we find that the people who are really in that line are people who really need it. Because I'm going to tell you, if I was number 457, I would be worried.
Exactly. All right, and the last thing I want to put a plug in, you could always use help. You can always use volunteers. How do people get a hold of you if they want to be part of this?
Okay, they can dial 330-467-0154. And, please contact me because we're also starting a drive for school supplies. School is fast approaching, and there's a need for school supplies out there and gently used children clothing as well.
All right. Well, it's a wonderful thing you're doing. I'm glad we're part of it also. Again, please give Norma a call, help her out. It's Angel Hands of Northeast Ohio. And again, it's the food, helping with the food and the school supplies for the kids. So give Norma a call. Thanks for coming by today.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching Cable 9 Update. See you next week.